What is up, my man?
How you doing, Justin? Good morning.
Good morning. This, guys, if you don't know JJ, this is the only man I have ever met with more energy than myself. I don't even know how you do it, man. Every day, sun up to sundown, all I can do is watch your social media and stay energized.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you how I do it. I'm a coffee lover, man. I drink coffee all day, brother.
I love it, man. I'm not far behind you. I just had probably my third cup of coffee in my life last night, and I think I'm addicted now. So
welcome to the club.
I love it. Well, JJ, I whatever introduction I would do for you would not do it justice. So first and foremost, I'm going to turn it over to you. I want you to just introduce yourself, and more importantly, I'm going to selfishly ask if you can flash your social medias for me at some time throughout here, because you have, in my opinion, some of the best socials, and just in terms of consistency, and even forget VAs or any of what they're doing for you. I love what you got going there. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to you because I know you better than most, and I'm going to let you kind of give yourself the proper introduction.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So my name is JJ Jara. I'm from California, Corona, California, that is. You can reach me at my Instagram at the JJ.Jara. That's THE dot the JJ.Jara. So and you can also find me anywhere on Google. You could just put JJ Jara, and I'll be the first one pops up on Google, Facebook, Zillow. I mean, I've true story and funny story, Justin. My name is not JJ. My real legal name is Juan, Juan.
Love it.
Coming into the industry, I just knew that I had to brand myself a little different than everybody else, and I picked my first initial of my name and first initial of my last name. I glued it together, and I said, from this point on, I'm gonna be JJ and Jara, and so that's how that came. Thank you for putting it on the screen.
Of course, yeah. So if you guys aren't following him, I know your main platform, my man, is Instagram, right? That's where you do most of your stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm on Instagram, Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Snap. I mean, you name it. I'm on. The only social media that I'm not on is Twitter. I tried it. It was just not my thing, and so I'm out of it. But most of the time, you'll find me on Instagram. That's my #1 platform that I'm on, and I just love it because it creates a lot of engagement with a lot of people. So one of the things that I do, just for everybody that doesn't know, JJ, I started going on 7 years ago doing real estate, selling real estate here in California. 2-3 years ago, I transitioned more into the real estate coaching. And so now I coach real estate agents on how to sell real estate. Okay, I have my office here in Corona. I have about 10 agents here that work under me in my office. And I just love giving back, Justin. So now we're doing real estate coaching. We're also starting to venture into online courses on training. We're also just launched a video on how to invest in multi-units in Cleveland, Ohio. So we're going into the virtual world, but still doing some real estate sales. And along with that, other business ventures that I'm going into. And you had a lot to do with it because I was introduced to you through a good friend of mine, Daniel, from here in California, up north. I saw you on one of his videos, on one of his YouTube videos, and I said, man, let me check out this Justin guy. And so I had to call him, and I knew that if he had you on the show, it was because you had some sort of credibility, because I know. Greg McDaniel, he just doesn't roll with anyone, and yeah, man, we connected, and I think we're going on 6-7 months that I started using your VA program, and man, I gotta tell you, man, it's just day and night.
I love it, man. So talk to me, because your first VA hire wasn't the conventional one. Most agents and people in the real estate industry, they go right for like admin work or transaction coordination, and with like your social media, like what I call the social media king of your area. Like, talk to me about like, what did you have your VA start doing? Because you work so many hours and work so hard. These are all things that you could have done you could have worked a few extra hours to get some of these tasks done, but you decided to leverage them off. So when did you go? Obviously, you heard about us. That probably had some influence in making the decision to go forward. But like, what made you go, all right, it's actually worth it to give off these certain tasks, and what were those tasks?
Absolutely. It's a great question. So, being that I'm transitioning into different areas of the industry, I just knew that I just couldn't do everything on my own, so I needed to have some assistance. And obviously, I just know this much, and the rest I don't know nothing about it. And so I had to find somebody that's going to assist me with the things that I don't know. And so one of the VAs that we hired, because we have two, one of the VAs that we hired, it was someone that just did the help me with the social media side. And so his main job is to grab all the content that he can find from JJ, because I have a lot of videos and stuff. And so he goes there and he puts YouTube videos together. He does the whole caption. I mean, literally, he does everything for me. I just give him the idea of how I want it to look like. I remember at the beginning, Justin, I had him, I think it was like a week or something like that, study myself. I told him, just find me everywhere.
I remember that.
I'm everywhere. I want you to find me everywhere, and I want you to just study my style, because you're going to be me. So the content that you put out has to be related to JJ. You can't, you can't go use a soft blue color on some of the stuff that people know that I'm a navy blue color guy. You see that? And so so that's what he does. He basically handles all my social media. He does all my video editing. He uploads my YouTube video. He helps me with my podcast. Last year I launched my podcast, Real Talk with JJ Howard, in case you guys want to go check it out. And so now we're uploading more on the podcast. We're staying fresh there. We're boosting the Facebook. Also right there, you're on the YouTube. We're going hard on YouTube. We have videos that he's working on, and we're constantly going to be uploading great content on YouTube. And so that's what he does. He's basically my media manager. He does everything that has to do with the media side.
I love that, man. So just to give people some examples, which one of these are ones that he's done?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's done all of them. So.
Has he done this one right here? Do you know if he did this one for you, JJ?
Yeah. He all of those. He's working on all those.
See, I would love to show you guys this real fast if you don't mind, JJ, because I absolutely love this one.
There are no get-rich-quick schemes. It's all bullshit. Look, success is fucking hard, okay? There are no get-rich-quick schemes. It's all bullshit. Everything you hear online, everything you hear on YouTube, it's all bullshit. 99.9% of it. Success is hard work. It's focus. It's discipline. It's consistency. Think about where I came from, right? Not so good neighborhood, not a rich family or anything like that. And think about this for a second. I'm not that smart. I don't have a high IQ. I'm a slow reader. I am that person that was least likely to succeed. So what I had to do was I had to overwork. Let's be honest, there's a lot of people that are freaking smart. I wasn't born with that. So I'm talking to 99% of them. There was a burning desire.
So, JJ, I just wanted to share that because I thought that was absolutely amazing how you took something that probably you only sat on camera for 15, 20, 30 minutes and made it look like such a professional piece of work with all the cuts and just the way the aesthetic is.
Yeah, so that was the whole plan behind that part of my branding. See, that's a small highlight of my podcast and since we have it on audio, we're on iTunes, we're on Stitcher, we're on Spotify, we're wherever you can think of on my podcast platform on the audio version. We're not doing it. We're recording audio and video now. So now it hits all different platforms at the same time. So we have like an hour, say 45 minutes, an hour podcast video recording, and then we go there. We extract some highlights. We put small little clips like that for social media that will drive people to my YouTube channel or podcast, whatever the case may be.
I love that, man. I love that. So talk to me, because I believe you have 2 of our VAs right now, correct?
Right.
So talk to me, like, what was it that you originally set out to do in the social media world? And then, like, what made you go, I need a second VA? And what is that second VA doing for you compared to the VA that's just doing your social media?
Absolutely. So the VA for social media was something that I just had to do because I just didn't have the time to sit down and edit and by the way, on top of that, I don't know how to do none of that, and I did not want to learn it, to be quite honest. And so I just wanted to get that one out of the way this year, which we did actually last year. We implemented that 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. And but then soon I realized, Justin, that I've needed more help. I've had a personal in my office assistant for the last 2-3 years, and a year ago, I want to say about 7-8 months ago, that individual stopped working for me. So I had to find somebody to replace her. And then after speaking to you a few times about a personal executive assistant, I made a decision that, I was just going to have to give it a try. And, we went through a whole interviewing process. And I really believe that we made the right decision. We, Cherise, she's been working for me for, ever since we connected. And every day that we work together, it's the work relationship, the business relationship gets stronger, and now it's going more into the personal relationship. I'm starting to get her to know her more on the personal level. Yep. Because it was part of her job to study and know me for at least a week before she started working with me. Yep. She knows who I am. She follows my whole family, and when I'm working with her, my wife comes, my son comes, my grandbaby comes, and they're like, "Hey, Sha, how are you?" And she knows everyone by their name, and it's pretty cool. And so her job is to literally assist me with anything that Jake needs. Could be personal, business, whatever.
I love that. What would you say is like one thing you never thought a VA would do for you, but it has done for you in terms of like just a task that you didn't think someone a few thousand miles away would ever accomplish for you?
Man, I mean, I want to say 98% of the stuff that gets done through my media guy, yep, and my personal assistant, I did not know someone from hundreds of thousands of miles across the world could do. Honestly, I was exploring the whole VA thing maybe about 2-3 years ago, Justin, because I've heard about it, and but I was always iffy, like, how is that possible? Like what I mean? And so I didn't know someone that I could trust and to tell me, yes, this is what I'm doing, this is how long I've been using them for, and I highly recommend them. And so I came across you and Greg here, and yeah, I mean, I started doing some legwork, and honestly, right now, a good 98% of what they do, I did not think they were going to be able to do, but they do, and that's the beauty of it.
No, I love that. And, you come from California, where what would you say is like, if you needed even just at the bare minimum in-person assistant, 40 hours a week, employment taxes, social, like what would you have to pay an assistant to work for you 40 hours a week?
Yeah, man, anywhere from $800 to $1,000.
Yeah, and that's for weeks. So you're probably what, 36 to 48,000 on the super low end a year to have a full-time assistant.
Yeah, 48 to 55, somewhere around there.
Yeah, and I think right now with your both your full-time VAs, you're sitting at roughly probably what, like 14 or 15,000 a year. So about 25 or 75% less.
Yeah, so it's significantly less, Justin. And I'm glad you touched that because, I originally had her. She started work for me on an hourly basis, which she still does.
Yeah.
However, I've because we're launching the online courses and my coaching. I coach. I launched a week ago 3 different coaching programs. One-on-one, where I can teach someone one-on-one. I'm doing a group coaching, and also we're selling some events or some coaching for the online. I'm sorry, for the investing in Ohio. So there's 3 different programs that we're selling, and so basically what I did, I put her on a bonus structure as to the tickets or the coaching programs that we're able to sell. So maybe I want to say a week or 2 weeks ago, something like that, she made an additional $200-300, something like that, in a week. Wow. From just on the bonus side, which it's a big deal.
Yeah. No, I love that. So obviously what's really interesting about your market is, like, I'd love to get your perspective on this because you coach a lot of people. Why do you think the number one reason is people don't leverage, right? Because whether it's VAs or in-person admins you've had before, like, what do you think is the gap in our mind that makes so many agents want to stay solopreneurs versus going out and trying to build a culture, and not even maybe like team members or contractors or people that work for you, but even just building other buyer's agents or listing agents on your team? Like, what do you see as the mental gap of why agents don't hire?
Yeah, I know exactly what it is, Justin. Is they have the worker mentality rather than a CEO or businessman mentality.
Yeah,
a worker mentality. You're only working for yourself. You whether you're independent contractor or 9 to 5, it's you grind. But if you stop grinding, you stop showing up, everything stops. Yeah. And so they're just working for themselves. They're not thinking of bringing someone else that they can delegate some of the work to the point where, like, if they show up, their business is still working. They're still generating business. So I believe it's just a mindset. It's just a big mindset thing that they never thought big. They never thought about spending some money, because at the beginning you they're gonna spend money. Well, in reality, they're not spending money. They're investing in their business. Yeah. They're investing in themselves. They're investing in their future. They're investing in their freedom, because it frees your time. So I think it's that. It's just mindset. They don't think like that, and so it stops a lot of people from hiring help.
No, I love that. Now, do you think a lot of that has to do with the agents that they surround themselves with, the coaches they surround themselves with? Because I think a lot of agents hear this, but then they go back into their work. Like, they go to a conference, they go to a coaching seminar you do, they get excited, and then I feel like they go back into an average group of people. So, like, what can you talk about? Like, I know we're talking VAs here, but with you being a coach, you get to see so many scenarios. Like, how much do you think these environment impacts their ability to make that next step, whether it's a hire or a business move?
Absolutely. So important, Justin. So we know that we become and we become the person that we surround ourselves with. The closest 4 or 5 people in your group, and so environment is very, very important. If you're surrounded with people that are instead of helping you and encouraging you to go and hire help and grow and think bigger, and instead of them doing that, they're telling you, no, that's just a waste of time. They're going to scam you. You don't need to. You could do this all on yourself. Well, that mindset is going to keep you trapped. But if you're surrounded with high achievers, people that are big thinkers, people that are making moves, stuff like that, you sooner or later you're gonna get inspired, you're gonna get motivated, you're gonna say, you know what, well, if he's doing it, I could do it too. What's it gonna take?
Yeah.
What is it gonna take for me to get to that level? I may not be there now, but if I start working on this now, then I'll eventually get there. As a matter of fact, JJ, how are you doing, and what would you recommend for me to start doing now so I could get there quicker and faster and hire my first VA, my second VA, my third, whatever? And so I think most of it is environment, mindset for sure, and having the surround yourself with the right people that are doing it or have done it, or thinking bigger. Because if you're in a group that instead of helping you, cheering you up, they're bringing you down,
yeah,
nothing's gonna happen. By the way, that's pretty common in our industry, you know, especially right now with the whole COVID-19 regulations that, you know, a lot of people can't go to the office. They're working on their own. They're working in their house. So if they don't have that inspiration and motivation, that drive, then you know, they're, instead of moving up, they're sinking in a bit more. So mindset and surround yourself with the right people, Justin, now more than ever, very important.
I love that, man. So you lead me into something else, because I think a lot of people have this mindset of scarcity when it comes to paying for a VA or getting launched with our services. And I know you do coaching and you sell real estate, right? So you sell real estate, you have all these different arms and things. Yet if I came to you today, JJ, you were making, let's say, $100,000 a year, and you're like, Justin, I'm not quite ready to hire an assistant, but I'm trying to zero cost the VA, and I was trying to help you with that. Talk to me about your coaching. Like, if a VA helps you get one coaching client per month and one-on-one coaching, based on what you do, would that pay for your entire VA salary for the rest of their hours if you had one more?
Yeah, absolutely. So my coaching is not it's not cheap, Justin. I think I consider myself a high ticket coach, and the reason I do this, Justin, is because I bring a lot of value. I bring something completely different than all your real estate coaches have offer. And the reason I know that is because I coached throughout the years with all this real estate firms, and so I know their value proposition. So my coaching is not cheap, and so if my VA helps me grab or bring in a new coaching client, it could be on a monthly basis, you know, because I have different programs. They can hire me for 30 days, or they can hire me for 3 months, or they can hire me for 6 months. And so, yeah, even a 30-day new client can pay for a substantial amount of time for one VA, not to mention two.
I love that. And so from that perspective, would you say it's fairly easy if someone thinks outside the box to make their VA zero costed, to where they're not paying anything for their VA if they have the right system set up?
Absolutely. So if, you know, one of the things that I was making notes of, you had what was the name the previous guest?
Oh, Cody.
So you had Cody, and one of the notes that I wrote down when he was speaking is that he had his VA spend enough time learning a system like CRM, stuff like that. Like he had him like
Yep.
going deep on something like that, and I'm the same. And so I wrote that down because if anybody's having any issues with anything or any areas in their business that they may not be good at, or they just don't have the time, or whatever the case may be, do the math, people. This is simple math.
Yep.
Do the math. If I was to hire a VA, how much will I pay them an hour? How much will that be in a day, in a week, in a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year? Okay. Now, what if in the first 36 to 90 days that VA could go from not knowing how to run my system, but then 90 days later, the return on investment's there? Mm-hmm. What kind of difference will that make to my business?
Mm-hmm.
And if people really take the time to do simple math just like that, come on now, people. Yeah. Wake up.
Absolutely. And you know what's really interesting about this, JJ, and I don't want to downplay any markets, your market actually has an advantage. I call it an unfair advantage, and I say you have to take advantage of it. Here's why. If you have an agent in a city that their average price point is $50,000, they're going to need a VA and a lot more sales and a lot more systems in place to make the same amount of money as someone in a higher price point market, right? And that's even me in Denver, 500,000, Nashville, 500,000. And so when you talk about price points, I don't even know what your price point is. Like, what is your price point, JJ? Roughly?
Yeah, it's anywhere from $600,000.
And so once you start to get into those price points, you start talking about $10, $15, $20, $25,000 checks. I mean, you're talking for many markets, one deal, your entire VA's entire year could be half of one deal, right? And JJ, I know you would probably coaches, if you believe in yourself enough, you can do one more deal a year with a full-time person. And if you don't, I'm brutally honest, you're probably not a great leader, right? In terms of getting them there. So I love that you break the math down that way. So man, as we kind of wrap up here, I want to give you a ton of push on your coaching because I think that one-on-one coaching is invaluable. I personally love the energy you bring. Like, how can people you got social media everywhere, but like, what's the best way for them to learn more about what you got coaching in those 3 different programs?
Absolutely. You can go ahead and just follow me or send me a DM on social media, and on the jj.hara. That's on my Instagram. It's right there, and or you could just Google me and I'll pop up everywhere. But send me a DM, contact me. I have I'm limited with the coaching that I do, Justin. As you know, I'm venturing into and investing in other states in Ohio, and so I'm kind of like, I don't really do sales that much. All the sales that I do 20 to 30 deals a year, and most of it comes from referrals, past clients, social media, and they just come, but nevertheless, I want to help you, and the reason I'm doing all this coaching, Justin, is because I realize that everybody wants it. I realize everybody wants to win. I realize everybody wants to make a lot of money. The problem is that a lot of people don't have the right guidance, the right coaching, the right mentorship. And so with someone like myself that have done it and have the proven record that has done it and is currently doing it, I've started doing it live on every, I believe it's every Tuesday from 4 to 5 on Instagram. And I do live calls, and I call expireds. And the reason for that, Justin, is because I want the people to know, and I wanted people to know that JJ knows how to do it. I'm a big talker, as you know, because you follow me on social, but I also back my shit up, right? So it's very, very important for people to realize that if they're stuck, get unstuck. And a lot of times it just takes someone that knows how to do it and is doing it, has done it, to help you get there. And so what I tell people is think about what could happen to you, your business, the next 90 days if you were to commit on some good one-on-one coaching. What would happen? How better would you be 30, 60, and 90 days from now? How much will your investment give you back 30, 60, 90 days from now? Not to mention for the rest of your career. And so again, if anybody wants to get a hold of me and want to at least pick my brains as to how I can help you in your business, because I've turned down a lot of people, Justin. It's got to make sense. I gotta know that it's someone that I want to coach. Because if you're not coachable, I cannot help you. If you're not willing to learn, I don't want to coach. Like, I don't want to waste my time. It's my name that I'm putting out there, and I want to make sure that if you and I work together, you're gonna get the results they're looking for. Why? Because that's my name. I want you to tell everyone, hey, JJ took it from here to here. Well, I got people, Justin, that in 6 months, I help them double their production from 1, 2, 3, 4 years that they were stuck.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to get a hold of me, find me on my social at the jj.hara. Send me a DM. Let me know, hey, I saw you, Justin. As a matter of fact, if anybody sends me a DM with the word Justin, I'll give you guys a good discount.
I love it, man. Use the discount code Justin, and we'll get it. It will forever live on this video and all our recordings. So definitely reach out to JJ, guys. And JJ, I just want to say I appreciate you jumping on. I know you got 2 from us now, and you'll probably have many more as you continue to grow. So I appreciate your ability. And I know you used to jump on a lot of our weekly mastermind calls and give back to those on there. So I definitely appreciate you helping all of those people at the same time.
Absolutely, Justin. Listen, anything I could do to help you guys and help somebody else that may be thinking about it, they're on the fence about VA. I tell you, man, it's made a big difference. Sooner than later, we're hiring a second, a third, because the goal here is to just have everything running on its own.
I love it, man. Well, much love and enjoy that Cali weather right now.
Awesome, brother. Great,
All right,
Take care.
Hey guys, Justin Nelson here. I just wanted to give you guys more information on where you can learn more about our services. If you want to learn more about our virtual assistants, you guys can just check in the links below in the description to learn where you guys can go and schedule a call with our team to learn all about what a virtual assistant can do in your business. And if you're looking for social media training, same thing below. You guys can go below and check out the links to our social media training, the latest and greatest things that we're up to. We'd love to have you a part of our Spirit Rocket Elite social media training, or we'd love to obviously help you find a rock star virtual assistant. With that being said, before we end the video here, make sure you guys like, make sure you subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video.